What's up, guys? We are here in LaPorte, and we're gonna check out another spot for you to see when you go visit here for your half marathon. So we're here at the historic Depot Museum. It's actually in front of where the race starts. So we're excited to check it out and see what all it has to offer.
We don't know too much about it, but you're gonna find out with us. Let's go. The goal for the Three Bros Running Company races is to make our races racecations so you can kind of visit the city and also run the city as well. We can tell you some of it, but there's a great source right here in the museum.
I'm Georgia Malone, and I'm docent here at the historic LaPorte Depot Museum, or I guess it should be the LaPorte Historic Depot Museum. It was opened in I think they opened it in 1982. It was the original depot that was here in 1915. It's got a great history. Inside the museum is a little bit of everything about the history of LaPorte. We have original maps from 1892. There's stories of the founders, of Lomax, of different things things that have happened in LaPorte, like our transportation, building the bridges, the boats, and different industries that have come through. The Sylvan Beach Pavilion was really popular in the 20s. They had bathing beauty contests. There was a regular circuit that hit Galveston and they hit Sylvan Beach. It's hard to imagine that at one time there were thousands of people at the park. Now you look at it and it's only 5 acres now, but at one time it was 22 acres. And there would be, somewhere between 7,000 to 8,000 people that would come to an event. Just amazing, but yeah, it's always been a popular destination. This depot originally was downtown on East Main Street, and when a new owner of Sylvan Beach Park came in, and he had a buddy that happened to work for Southern Pacific Railroad, and they took a tour, and the guy was like, why don't you have a depot down here? And so luckily he was influential and managed to move the depot to the park, which made it extremely accessible to visitors, because before they had to get off on Main Street and then take a wagon or find some other transportation. So the depot was really popular getting here. There were special excursions bringing people in. They would come in just for the day. They had nighttime excursions where you could pick up a train in downtown Houston in the evening. Come here. There was a huge hotel that had dancing and dining. You could go on a moonlight excursion out on the bay. This was all in the 1900s. I mean, it was just amazing. And then hop on the train and get back to Houston by 11 o'clock. So it was kind of a big deal in the summertime. The founders held excursions that would bring people from all over the United States, and they would bring people in by the train loads and offer, real estate for sale and different things like that. But it's a rich history. The depot was here until 1930. They stopped running the trains when the passenger cars became more popular. This depot was purchased by a gentleman who moved it back to Main Street and turned it into sort of a gas station convenience store, where it stayed until the 1970s. And it was just sitting there deteriorating, and the owner of the property wanted to get the depot off the property. So he offered it to a group of people who decided to form a heritage society and restore the depot. So it took them a few years. They raised the money and they managed to move the depot. They just rolled it from downtown straight up San Jacinto to this location. It was all, majority of the work to restore it was volunteer. It took them about 3 years to finally get it restored and open. And slowly but surely, people started adding their personal collections. And it's just turned into sort of a novel museum of LaPorte's history.
All right, so she gave us a pretty good synopsis of this place, which was really interesting. And there's a lot of cool things. Like right here, they got different military uniforms. Imagine this place was booming. As she was saying, this place was like a destination to go to. LaPorte was a huge beach that people would come. 8,000 people would be on the beach, and I did not know that. She said, right now the beach is a little bit smaller, but back in the day it used to be 8 acres big. That's pretty big, right?
Yeah, that's pretty big. And I remember I did this. I think one of the times I've been here was like with the Sylvan Beach Try. So kind of interesting to see like where it's been progressing.
Yeah, and I would never know this museum's here. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I
literally,
never knew.
The beach is right there, the parking lot is right there in front of us, and then this is the museum. So definitely check it out for sure. We're gonna check out some more.
It's so cool to see all the, I guess, historic artifacts now. This is like from the early 1900s, and this is what the women would use back when they would, as their swimwear, and then men too. This is their swimwear. You can see it's a bit more modest. Now this is almost something that I can see myself running in, and sometimes I just take off my shirt, but this was the appropriate attire for back in the early 1900s, and it's cool. This is stuff from the actual beach pictures.
All right, so imagine back in the day, they used to take a train from Houston all the way to Sylvan Beach to hang out. This used to be like a big destination. Still is a destination, but man, when they had the train, she was telling us like people would come from all across the country to come over to this spot, and this is one of the trains. Look at Willie.
Look, it's cool. You could see like they used to have the railroad track, and it's not here anymore. I think this was a very busy train depot back in the day, but you can see still, it's cool. You can still see inside the train a little bit. I don't know if you're allowed to go in there, but very cool that they still have this.
All right, guys, so that's it from the LaPorte Sylvan Beach Depot over here in LaPorte, Texas. I loved hearing the stories that she told us. Like, definitely talk to the people inside the museums. They have stories to tell. You would never know all about the history about this being a destination to come to, and we're making this place a destination too with LaPorte Half Marathon, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to be bringing this back, and I'm learning more about the city of LaPorte from hosting this marathon, and we're excited to bring it to you.
Yeah, so make sure to sign up today. November 16th, it's happening. Sign up today at threebrosrunning.com. Don't forget, we are Three Bros Running Company, bringing big city racing cities all across Texas. Sign up today.